As we continue our broadcast on CSBK TV for Mopar Canadian Superbike Championships, we're broadcasting from Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. You know, something that's become almost a tradition here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park over the last few years is a visit from our American friend Barney, who comes up here to race at the final two races of our seasons. Michael Barnes is who I'm talking about. He's riding the number 34 Ruthless Racing XR1200 today and tomorrow. Barney, welcome. Good to see you again.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Glad to be here again.
You know, I've reflected back, we were talking about you up in the tower, we were talking with Duke, Aaron Tritko, and the fact that last year, of course, you put it to Steve Crevier in the final race on the Sunday. Saturday, you and him had a titanic battle. Sunday, you put it to him and won the race. If I take you back 2 years, I'll never forget this quote. We had the electric bikes here, you'll remember, we were racing, and you said to me, if I'm going to win it, I'm going to win it by a minute. And the fact was, you won that race by over a minute.
Yeah. Well, that was at the inception of the electric bike series, and we had a really strong motorcycle compared to a lot of the competitors. So, you know, we expected that of ourselves when we started winning by a minute. So it's just a little joke, not really being cocky or anything, just kind of have a little bit of fun. So, yeah, it's not exactly the same in this Harley class. You know, if you win it by a second, you've won it by a lot. So, you know, we're looking for some, you know, fierce fights between you know, Steve Crevier and JR and myself, and but I just can't thank the Ruthless Racing and Dealey crew enough for putting this deal together for me and allowing me to come up here in between my Indy and Jersey rounds in the States with the XR1200 series there. So it's just a little extra seat time on the bikes, and maybe learn a little bit more on suspension that we're constantly developing, and you know, having John Cornwell up here has really helped out a lot. But you know, especially my sponsors for helping me out. You know, my leathers are Taichi and Araya and CD, as well as Etnies and Dragon with the Ruthless sponsors. So I'm just happy to be here with Darren and Caroline and the whole crew, Dave and Thomas. It's a lot of fun.
Mike, one of the things that I've noticed about XR1200 racing, certainly here in Canada, and I think it's reflected in the States as well, and that is retail dealership participation. And the other thing is young guns and old guns mixing it up. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, you know, I remember back in the 883 days, the Sportster Twin Sport series that we had in the States back 15 plus years ago, and there was a lot of dealerships involved, and that was, you know, when economy was really bustling and doing great, and there was a lot of dealers involved. This is a great opportunity for a dealership to be involved in racing and to get a little notoriety for their dealership in their town by being represented by, you know, hopefully a young up and coming racer, or you know, a seasoned veteran like myself who's been around. So it's a tremendous opportunity to showcase the dealership, the XR1200 series, you know, Vance Hines and whatnot. So it's such a great show that we need to get more of this on TV. You know, we're struggling with a little bit in the States as well to get more TV time, but it's often been the best race of the weekend. You know, tons of passing and a lot of parity.
It's definitely the best sounding.
Oh yeah, it's neat hearing the thunder of 20 plus Harleys coming down the straightaway.
Right, so you finished your practice session here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, top of the leaderboard. You feel good about that?
Yeah, we were quick yesterday. We just did a little bit of shakedown on the bikes, and you know, improved on that time just a few tenths. So we're just constantly making some changes and trying to dial in suspension. You know, the tires are such a big difference between the States and the Pirellis that we run here. So it's definitely a large factor.
You've had a lot of seat time with Pirellis under you, though.
Oh, absolutely. I was one of the lead riders with Pirelli for years, back when sponsorship from tire companies was real. Now we're just paying for them and advertising for free for them, so you're welcome. But, you know, at the same time, it does provide a tremendous equal racing field for everybody. Yeah. The tires have always been the biggest variable in racing. Right. You saw it in MotoGP and, you know, the Michelin to Bridgestone thing, and then all of a sudden it became Spec Tire again. Okay. So, you know, it is what it is, and it does help the racing. So in that sense, I'm happy about the Spec Tire, other than having to pay for it.
Barney, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. We're going to keep a close eye on you as this weekend goes on, and we wish you the best of luck here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
Appreciate it. Glad to be up here. Thanks a lot.